Hello there everyone, and welcome back to my next episode on the Welsknight Patreon server. This is Mar, and we are once again in the end dimension. We have got a lot of work that's gone on. Oh, as you can see, almost every single one of these staircases to the gateways are completed. Not all of them yet, but most of them. I think there's only like let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 5 that have nothing. That one is, it looks like it's about halfway done. A couple of these have just the platforms, like the quartz pillars going up to them. But yeah, most of the rest of them, or pretty much I guess all of the rest of them, are finished, which is fantastic. So this is generally what it looks like. I really like the look of these. Apparently I didn't do a good enough job at separating them though, because you've got some here, like this is the pink and the magenta, I think it was, and then we got like magenta and blue, I think, or maybe that's pink as well. It's kind of hard to tell from here. But there's some that are very similar in color that are next to each other. At least these ones, this is like purple and blue, and this is yellow and light blue, so that's, I guess the yellow and the purple help make it different enough from each other, but oh well. It's all good. It's all good. As you can see, we've also got this area here is actually new. When I was last on the server, this was not there, so I want to take a quick walk through there. I'm not 100% sure who is building that. I think it might be Bob, because I know that Bob was working on some of the landscaping, so that might be part of his work. We did move the storage that was down here up to this platform. This is just a temporary platform. And I also took, because I separated out all the glass types and everything by the patterns, and I put them in chests down here. Well, I moved those so that each of these thingies here has a chest. Let's see, it should be, that's weird, I don't see that. Am I too far away? Should be a chest over here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I was too far away, I guess. Or I just couldn't see it from where I was. But every single one of these gateways, it has the colors, the block types that go with it, and then there's a chest of the resources that are to be used. Now, it's for some of these, it might not be enough. Some of these are higher off the ground than others, so you might end up needing more quartz, and especially more end rods as well. I don't have, I had to go and get into my own supply to bring more end rods over. But some of them might be like, that one doesn't look too tall. This one, I mean, I guess those ones are kind of okay. That one might take more just because the unique arc that we're gonna have to do, since it's almost directly above the obsidian spawn-in platform. So it's probably going to need more quartz than maybe some of the others would. See, we have to do some sort of spiral staircase thing going on. More than what these have, I mean. And then you have like little ones like that. It's just like a little dumply thing. So some are going to be taller than others, so some might use more quartz than others, and if you do one that's maybe short like that, and you have leftover quartz and end rods, you can, you know, distribute them among the rest of them. So hopefully we have most of what we'll need, if not all of what we'll need, to finish off the gateways. Now let's take a look over here. I don't know if this log is permanent. I kind of get the impression it is, and I hope it is, because it looks really cool. Like a little log's fallen off, or fallen across the river, so that you have something to walk on to enter this little area. Now this area back here is kind of off the beaten path, as you can see. We've got this little tent thing here, which I think is fantastic. We've got things growing everywhere, lots of greenery. We've got the cocoa beans, we've got flowers. Here's one of the beacons that they're going up there. I don't think this one has an effect, I'm not sure though. Got melons in here, lots of bushes. And then over here you get into the more developed path that leads from the main, around from the gateways, basically. So, like, if you're in here, it's pretty dense. You can still look up and see the ceiling, or see the sky in most places, but then, like, back here, oh, I can't even get in there. Oh, I'm hitting my head on the cocoa. Like, on this stone thing, you look up, you're just underneath the canopy. And I like that. I like the feel of kind of going off the beaten path, being covered up by canopy, and then being able to pop back out onto the main path, and you can kind of look up and see, well, I mean, if it was out, you know, if it was in the overworld, you'd be able to see stars. And this is awesome. I love this. It's as if a bridge was here, and maybe it's broken and fallen down, and now you just got bits of wood and whatnot sticking up out of the ground or out of the river. I like that. That looks really fantastic. So you can just follow the path along. We still got torch spam everywhere, and apparently it's not 100% efficient. We're going to have to continue working on hidden lighting, maybe putting some sea lanterns underneath leaves and that sort of a thing. We've got some terraforming up here with the stone and the cobble and everything, all the variants. It looks like we've got some placeholders or like ideas of where trees will go. It looks like that's what these are for. And this is basically the same design right here is basically going to go everywhere on the island just about, leading up to these. We may have more points of interest. We've talked about like ruins, or maybe even not ruins, you know, maybe actual structures that you can go inside. This looks like it might have some water in it. I bet that's what he's going to go with, which I think is fantastic. But yeah, this is pretty much how it's going at this point in time. We're going to have these three be just like the bridge on that side, so that you can get easy access to the central island no matter which of these gateways you have. I mean, you could always swim, but, you know, maybe you don't want to swim all the time. You never know. But yeah, this is coming along pretty nicely, and I'm really excited. And I think this in particular, logging in just like a little bit ago and seeing that is like, it's fantastic. I love it. I don't know whether or not my original idea was to have 2 tall jungle trees, but now that I see this, I don't know whether that would look better or the same or even worse. I hope it wouldn't look worse. I'm not sure though whether 2 tall trees, or not 2 tall trees, double-sized trees, you know, the 2x2 trees would improve it or not. If it does improve it, I'd like to see that as well, just for added variation and kind of give it a more sense of height when you're underneath the canopy. Being able to look up and see those giant trees towering above you. But anyway, that's pretty much the status update for the end project. So let's go back to the base and continue working there. And welcome back, everybody. I am back here at the farms, and as you can see, we've got quite a bit of progress made. The leafages and the, you know, grass and hidden lighting and very obvious lighting, all of this is done all throughout the farmland, even back behind the farmhouse. For now, I've left our prank tree up just for chuckles, I guess. I don't know, maybe we'll keep it indefinitely, I don't know. Over here, if we follow this little path back here around, we come to this awkward space that didn't really, I mean, there was no way I could make this the standard 5 wide like those ones over there due to the positioning of the towers and whatnot. But I did put in some doors so that eventually this can be something. I was thinking maybe this would be a nice entrance for the fish farm, or not fish farm, sheep farm. So you come in and then maybe there'd be a ladder or a staircase that kind of U-turns so that you go down a little and then you come back out, and then the sheep would be underneath the cows, more or less. So that's an idea. That'd be something I'd do later on, though. Over here is what I've been working on most recently. As you can see, I've made these towers basically 1 segment taller than those other towers over there. The standard towers is basically the main level and then 1 level above it, with the ceiling being, you know, open air to the sky. These ones are main level, 2nd level, 3rd level, and then open to the sky above that. So it's just basically that 1 segment higher. I do have the spiral staircases going all the way up. They have an exit at the 1st level, or, you know, that next level up on both sides, and I'll probably have an open on, I guess, the 3rd level. I don't think I'll have an exit. So let's see. This is the main level. Come up here, and we have an exit here. the primary level that all the others also have an exit at. So you can just literally go from one, you can just go in a circle almost all the way around. It's just that these two towers, this one and the next one over there, they don't actually connect. At least not yet. You can keep going up. This is it kind of, I mean, I have these temporarily open, and I'm planning on probably keeping them open, though ultimately I may put the doors on this side instead. I'm not sure. But I mostly have them here for easy access to work on this. And this is the part I was working on most recently. It's essentially the same design as we've used for the walls elsewhere, but it also needs to incorporate a gate. And I'm working on a diagonal. And I'll be honest, I don't really like how it looks at all. I feel like it's too bulky. I don't think it fits the space very well. I kind of think I need to come up with something else. Initially, I was thinking I would do the basic design that I did over there. But I was like, well, that would only go up to like here. What am I going to do on top of that? So I was like, oh, I'll just use my standard wall design. That'll work perfectly. Well, not really. Not really. And I feel like these fence posts here are kind of constricting it. I mean, it's a diagonal, so it's actually plenty of space to walk through. I just feel like I mean, it'd be nice if they came back one, but then you end up running into that block right there, and I don't know. I'm not convinced at all that this is the design to go with. So I'm going to have to think that over. We'll probably have to tear it down completely, and I don't know what to do, really. If you have any ideas, feel free to let me know. I may keep, tinkering with it in my own time and maybe come up with something off screen, but I would welcome, any suggestions you might have. In the meantime, my friend Elise was commenting in voice chat, just today actually. Yeah, I'm throwing away stone. I was like, wait, what? You're throwing away what? Stone? I'm like, why are you throwing away stone? Apparently Elise has more stone than she's gonna need. So she said I could come over and help myself. So I got a whole bunch of stone, which is fantastic because I was getting really low on my stone supplies. This is like basically it right here. I mean, we can obviously go mine, of course, but I mean, who wants to if they don't have to, basically. The downside, what we really are running out of is dark oak. This is pretty much all I have left. I mean, I have like a couple doors and some slabs, I think, and maybe a few stairs back in our main storage up there in the base. But that's it. I don't have any other dark oak at all, which is unfortunate. It kind of puts a damper on any further progress pretty much anywhere on the base. I need to go get more dark oak. So that's kind of a thing, unfortunately. So I think instead, let's see, let me put some of this stuff away real quick. And I keep putting things in the wrong boxes and then trying to figure out where things are at and then getting annoyed at myself because I can't find anything, and you know how it gets. Why do I have an empty shulker? You know what? I feel like, what are these? Empty? Cool, let's take these out and put them into that purple shulker instead. I feel like that would work a little better. I like to try and keep, I do actually have, it's hard to believe it, but I actually do have a storage method. I try to keep the shulkers that are full towards this end and then the empty ones in the middle. So there, that's better. And I've just got so much storage lying around now. I've been trying to keep it in my shulkers, but with that much stone on hand, I was like, nope, I need some chests. Gotta have some chests. And I also did quite a bit of terraforming over here, tearing back. I mean, if you look at this, from this point, this area here is probably gonna come out to maybe here, maybe? I don't know. So there will be a little bit of a walkway, like one wall segment, so it's, what, 5 blocks that way, and then 5 blocks this way. Then there will be a well, maybe not this side, but these sides, you know, there's going to be like another 2 towers or something. I'm not sure quite yet what that will be, but there's going to be staircases, and they'll probably come up, like, wrap around on this side, wrap around on this side, and then where I'm standing right now will be, like, you know, higher in the air, maybe on level with that right there is what I'm thinking. So, but it's going to be enclosed. It's going to be completely enclosed. There might be an entrance here into the market area. I'm not quite sure yet. But what that means is that I'm going to have to continue doing, really, more terraforming. Like, that island, I don't think we're going to keep this at all. I'm pretty sure I'm going to tear down this grassy island here. And realistically, where our dirt pillar is over there, I honestly don't think that we're going to use that island either, so I'll probably want to tear that down. And then there's going to be a lot of this beach area that I also will ultimately end up getting rid of. I just don't know where it will be yet. The end result, we get up here, is going to be more like along here. I want the water to be completely up against the walls. I don't want there to be any land outside of the walls of our base. That's the kind of... Oh, great, we got phantoms coming in. Oh, Aletha got to sleep so fast. I don't want there to be any land outside. I guess, I mean, realistically, even with cities with, you know, walls like this for defense, there would still be some land. Because the walls themselves would be still very hard to scale, but I think I would like mine to be just water on the outside, no land. So I'll tear that out, I'm not sure what else I'll tear out. I do think, however, that we need to start bringing this over. Oh, I need more fences, don't I? What are we using? We're just using oak everywhere, right? Look at those sheep. You know, I feel so scattered today. We've got a million things to do. I need to go chop down a whole bunch of dark oak. With Aletha's kind donation, I don't have to go get stone for a little while. That's fantastic. My andesite, you can see I used andesite right there. I'm planning on using it over here quite heavily, actually, generously. And the polished andesite as well. Downstairs in the mine down there, I have a double chest full of andesite, which is great. So that won't be a problem either. I think we're pretty good with oak, so that's good as well. And the cobble, I think we have one. Honestly, we should go get some more shulker, or some more cobble at some point. I only have one shulker of it. But I feel very scattered because we got so many different things we need to do. We need to put the sheep somewhere so that we can finally take these gates down and get rid of the jumping sheep. What is your problem? What are you trying to go to over here that's so fascinating? Oh, now you're not jumping anymore. Silly thing. Silly, silly, silly. I do need to bring this wall or this path around, so maybe that's what we can work on, because we do have a lot of andesite, and I think we have a decent amount of oak. So we could probably work on this path, and we can do it completely on screen. You know, we don't have to do a whole bunch of jump cuts and whatnot, which is what we usually end up doing. Just because I tend to get distracted just a little bit. So let's see what we've got. Well, I know we only have that right here. I think we've got more back up inside our base. Let's see. Andesite. Here's a little bit of polished andesite. And there's some polished andesite. Nothing in there, it looks like. Empty. That's cobble. That's the last of our cobble. Whole bunch of grass blocks, which honestly I don't really need. I've got all of those up here. Let's go down and get some andesite, and let's take a look at our base and see how the oak is faring. Oh, by the way, I still need to finish up the towers too. To add the decoration, like right there, that green leafy thing right there. And these pillars, I still need to do those on all 4 of those towers. And I've got the pillars in place on these towers, but I do need to finish putting in the leafy stuff and the windows there and all that fun stuff. So it just can be kind of grindy and repetitive because there's so many towers and they're all basically the same thing. So let's see, oak. Yeah, so we've got got a good amount of oak. Let's just grab those. And that should be good for that. I think I grabbed all the sticks already and brought them over. Oak, and what else did I come up here for? Andesite, yeah. Andesite. Let's just grab a bunch of it. Like this. And do that. And I'm not really concerned about wiping out this supply, because like I said, I have an entire double shulker, or a double chest of andesite down in the mine. I can just bring it up at any time if I want to. So let's come down here, where our shulkers are. Let's grab a shulker, so we can use it for our andesite. And I want to turn some of this into polished. So let's just go ahead and do that. And what did I do with those sticks? Here we go. Do I have any sticks in here? No. So let's turn a lot of this into slabs. And then fences. So that's probably good on the slabs right now. Let's do another one of these and make a whole mess of fences. Oops. Do we want to do that? Do we want more fences? Honestly, 3 stacks will probably do it for a little while. Let's not. Let's put the rest of these in here just for now. I don't think I'm going to need that. This is probably good for now. We'll just take this with us. So let's come around here. And I thought about having this this tower here have an entrance here and on the other side, but then I kind of decided I wanted the entrance to the farms to only be these official gateways. So the only door I put into this tower is this one here. And I think I'm going to have the wall completely closed off there. The more I think about it, the more I feel like that's what I'll probably end up doing. So let's grab some raw andesite. And I don't really know what path it's gonna look like. Oh, I should have brought more cobblestone too. Should I? Should I? No, maybe not. What do we got going here? No, I think that's actually fine. Because we'll just do something like this. Because I think with the idea I was going with, it's been a while since I've worked on this design. Because I've been in the farms for so much. What I basically did is, in any particular area, it needs to be at least 2, like right here, it needs to be at least 2 planks wide. Some of them will inherently end up being 3, but it's basically 2 to 3. And then on the diagonals, it's just like 1 block, like right here. It's just a single block, but so that's basically, it's kind of like a boardwalk, I guess. That goes around the perimeter. I have to eat again. There we go. So just bring this out 2 blocks every time. Like this. Yeah, that has a nice white width feeling to it. And then like this. Yep. And then we come back here and we just fill in pretty much all of this with the raw andesite. Like this. And this is an area where, I believe I've mentioned this before, these little market stalls will be in this area as well. Maybe not the exact same design. I might, try to change it up a little, have some variation. But that's the plan anyway. Basically, anywhere that there's raw andesite, that's kind of where I'm thinking of putting market stalls. I don't really know what kind of wall design we're going to go with, or where there will be towers, or any of that sort of stuff, but we can safely fill in this section. I want there to be stairs. It's hard to know exactly where to put stairs until I'm finished marking out the walls and stuff. So maybe that's what I can do, because I don't really have dark oak to keep working on actually building the walls, and I don't really know what I'm going to do with the gate. And if the walls aren't up, then I don't really know how far I can take this market area, although I should light it up with some torches, since we just built a nice flat place that they can spawn. But maybe what I can do is just start placing out where things will be, because I can do that. I've got plenty of stone. So let me cut. I don't know how far we're at with this anyway. I might need to chop some bits out, but let me cut, see what time we're at. Let me do a little bit of placing, and then we can come back and wrap up the episode. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. I have done some placement and also did quite a bit of torching out there. I used up about 2 stacks of torches, I would say. We've got a visitor right here. Let's quickly dispatch of him. There we go. The wall design is going to have to be a little bit different than usual, I guess. So we've got a diagonal here, and then we come to these little joining bits, and then we do a flat side. Same over there. We got the diagonal, the little joining bits, and then a flat. And then we have a tower there and a tower here. After the towers, we're going to have 2 wall sections, 2 flat wall sections, and then the little weird bit here, and then we're gonna have a single wall section, and then we're gonna have this very long diagonal. I was thinking, well, I could put a tower here, but I decided against that. This is basically just where the stairs are gonna be. So there's gonna be a set of staircases starting on this side and going up this way, and a set of staircases that it looks a little dark, that starts on this side and goes up, and then they're gonna meet, and there's gonna be like a platform that's, I don't know, like this big up here. And this wall here is, I mean, you won't even be able to see that wall because we're gonna have the staircases in the way, so what's right here doesn't really matter. And then there's gonna be a platform further up anyway, so we'll figure out, you know, what to do up there, you know, when we get to that part. It's not that important. Now the one thing, I guess that's technically spawnable, but oh well. The one thing that is quite a bit different, though, is this pillar, or this tower right here. Now, all of these towers have always been very closed with a single entrance on the main level, either on the flat side, or some of them had it on the diagonal. This one, however, regardless of where we put the entrance, the usual wall would come basically like that, which really restricts the walking way here, especially when you consider there will be fences there. In fact, I made all those fences and then didn't bother to put any of them in. So let's quickly do that. Just up for this section here. Get out of the way. Silly torch. There, and we'll put down a few more torches just to make sure it stays lit. But it really restricts the passageway here, and I do not like that. And it also looks weird without there being andesite right here. So I was thinking, what if we had this as an open area, like just an open entrance? Maybe we could put some market stuff in here, and then from about that level up, you know, that first level up here, it would resume being the normal tower design. I think that will work really nicely. So realistically, we could take this unpolished andesite and just fill this entire tower floor with it. I had been using the stone brick slabs. Oops, we need more. Like right there. But if this tower is going to be very open and being used as a market, like an area for market stalls, then I think it would make more sense to continue with the andesite design that we've got going here. So let's go ahead and fill this up. Whoops, there we go. All the floor inside this tower area. And then I think we're at a pretty good place to end the episode here. I know we haven't done anything particularly exciting, but we are making progress, and that's always important. I'm hoping that between now and the next episode, I can get some really good progress. I know I said go ahead and give me feedback on the gate, and by all means do. Like I said, I am going to continue to try and come up with something as well, because I do want to keep this progress going. I'm also hoping that I can have every tower that has been built so far decked out with the, you know, the leafy stuff and the windows and the pillars and all of that sort of stuff. So I've got plenty of things to work on between episodes. The real meat and potatoes of progress I'm hoping to do on camera with you as much as possible. But, you know, the towers and the walls themselves, there are a lot of them. There's just so many that I have to do, but they're really boring content, you know. So trying to get as many of those done off camera as I can, but sometimes you just gotta, you know, go with the flow, and sometimes you can't do the real cool things because you have to do the walls in order to get to the cool things. So I hope you've enjoyed the episode nevertheless, and I hope you keep on coming back for more. I'm really excited to see where our base is going, and I'm really excited especially to see how the End Island overhaul or renovation turns out. So hope you keep coming back to check in and see what's going on. But until next time, I hope you have a fantastic time, and I'll see you later. Bye!